Never miss another live stream again. Hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and click see all notifications. Okay. Well, I'm on the wrong majigger. I guess it closed out on me. Yes. Sorry about that. I had the wrong fucking screen pulled up. Running a little bit late. Shout out to Voodoo Child. Shout out to everybody, man. All the Patreon supporters. And if you get this message a little late, I apologize. I know I said I was going to do it in the morning, but I've been working on some things, trying to get a new look going for the for the draft tonight. And I think y'all going to like it. I mean, this is part of the new look for the draft tonight. So the Patreon supporters will be privy to seeing that before everybody else. Even though I need to take this ticker off, that still got the old shit. I've been trying to get it going. But with that being said, let's well, we are already in it to win it. So, you know, we just a little bit late, and we you know, we're gonna make a shake. So I want to talk about the Rockets' victory last night, and it was great. It was awesome. And I enjoyed it. We're going on to the second round. We're rolling on to round two. Finally got the Timberwolves out of there. As you know, we played around with them a little longer than I would have liked or than I cared to, even though it was only one game. And now we're waiting to see what happens with the Jazz and the OKC Thunder. And to me, talking about the Jazz and OKC, I won't start eating apple on the stream. Shame on me. Talking about Jazz and OKC, and I think these things work out in our favor. And you know, there ain't nobody in here to really be doing a roll call. But if you in the mix, you cooling, you know, let me know. I'll shout you out. But until the Patreon stream grows, we're just gonna talk a little bit of shit. So my thing is this, you know, and why isn't this showing up here? Make sure this chat is working right. Because I know it said something about something being off earlier. So let me double check, and I see that maybe we need to do something differently because apparently something's not coming in appropriately. So let's see what I got going on here. Give me just 1 second. But again, like I say, to me that game between OKC and the Jazz, it says a lot of things, and those things that it says, they all favor. It all favors the Rockets. And what I'm saying and why I'm saying that is, I still got the Rockets action on there? Okay. Nope, don't do that. Don't do that. And, all right. And so why I say it favors the Rockets a bit is because you saw OKC get leaned on by 25 at one point in time. Now, the way the Rockets, have been starting off sluggish, it's not a good look. And so, you know, if we're not starting off fast, especially against teams like OKC, we might not be in that type of situation. But we saw that the Jazz, who were more of a defensive team, they were able to press on the Thunder, really put their foot on their necks and get them down early in the third. But then somehow they were able to choke it all away. So I'm looking at either team that we end up facing. It's looking like that there are glaring weaknesses that the Rockets should be able to take advantage of. Now, we're saying should, but we've seen that these Rockets have not been playing, you know, up to Rockets par, and that's a little bit bothersome because it seemed like it took a couple of games to finally get going. It seemed like it took them taking that L to finally get going. And then again, we still haven't seen the greatest performances. I won't say we haven't seen the greatest. We've seen good performance, but we haven't seen the greatest performances from our stars consistently. And so that's something that bothers me. Hey, Voodoo Child, what's the motherfucking deal? I know I was late. Look, I was late, but I was trying to get some new looks going, trying to get some shit shaking, trying to get prepared for the draft so we can turn up. Trust me, I think y'all gonna like what we do with the draft this evening. Okay, well, cool. I've only been 3-4 minutes in, so we Gucci. I ain't missed nothing. And so my thing is that I feel like the Jazz and OKC both exposed themselves, not in that kind of way, but as far as having weaknesses and the weaknesses that they have, and the Rockets can take advantage of that. Let me make sure I got What is this here? Oh, that's the wrong thing. And so my thing is, can the Rockets get back to playing regular season Rockets basketball? Because that's where we need them to be. That's what we need from them. Because they've been playing this. I don't know. They haven't been playing. They're almost looking last year Rockety. But at the same time, you want to give Minnesota credit. Minnesota might be. I mean, let's just think about it. Think about the names on Minnesota. You're talking about Jimmy Butler. I'm talking about Andrew Wiggins, who was a star in his own right. He may have not blossomed into what he was supposed to be. I remember somebody saying that we were all told Andrew Wiggins was going to be this star. He ain't do shit but turn into Cuttino Mobley, and I feel like you're insulting Cuttino Mobley when you say that. Jimmy ain't got no butt. Hey, we gonna let him make it since he's from the H-Town there. He Tom Ball. It's close enough. We gonna let him make it. But like I said, you think about the names they got. Like I say, Taj Gibson, he's a solid defensive talent, a name that is known around the league. You talk about Cat, known around the league, young up-and-coming center, known guy. Jimmy Butler, known guy. Andrew Wiggins, known name. You're talking about Teague is a known name. That's a stacked fucking team. That's a stacked fucking team. And so people coming out talking, oh, the Rockets, man, they was because it was an A seed, man. The Jazz and the you fourth. No. The fucking Minnesota Timberwolves, had they stayed healthy, are a fourth seed at the worst, at the very worst. They stay healthy with Jimmy Butler being available. At the very worst, they are a fourth seed. But again, the numbers are what they are. People look at what the television tells them to look at, and instead of really paying attention, this is you think about teams with big names. Other than the Warriors, they may have the next biggest list of big name players. The Rockets have Harden and Chris Paul. Capella is developing into a household name. He's not there yet. He's not quite there yet, but he's definitely been making a name for himself. The way he handled Cat, a lot of people paid attention. A lot of people were watching. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. A lot of people were watching, and a lot of people have had Capella's name in their mouth. OKC weakness. All right, cool. Told myself I'm gonna get this stuff started and somewhat acting right. But again, like I say, the fact is, the Timberwolves. There we go. That's better. The Timberwolves are a solid team. They might be, outside of the Rockets, outside of the Warriors, the next most solid team in the mix, and the Rockets handled them handily, except for that one loss. That was, again, that was energy, that was pride, that was, hey, we're happy to be here. Thank goodness we got one. We brought one back to the city. It's been quite some time. Anyway, and so the Rockets just have to play their brand of basketball, because I think if they could handle the Timberwolves the way they did, that they could definitely take on anybody. But the weaknesses I see in OKC again is OKC. I don't know. I don't see them winning 2 more games to get out. I really think the Jazz are going to take the series. But somehow, some way, if OKC does manage to win it all, that's a lot of juice getting used up, a lot of energy getting used up to try to get that win back. It's going to be a hard-fought battle. 2, we saw that they are susceptible to getting down big to a team that is – I do not have the bank open. Let me check on that right now. You're getting down susceptible to a team that isn't a high-scoring team. Donovan Mitchell's good. Rudy Gobert is solid. But they're not known for being a high-scoring team. Yeah, they've had some good streaks. They've had some good runs towards the end of the season once they kind of got everything back and everybody was healthy. But again, that's not a team that should be up on you by 25 at any point in the game. Their defense is good. It ain't that damn good if you have 3 fucking superstars on your team, or you're supposed to be superstars on your team, and you're unable to get there. But then again, you got to give OKC credit where credit is due for coming back from that. So that shows that Utah is also susceptible for giving up big leads, and that defense that they have is it might not be as great as everybody is giving them credit for. Because how do you come off a 25-point lead in 6-7 minutes essentially to Russell Westbrook? You know what I mean? So that's the thing. Okay, the bank should be active now. That's the thing that, again, bothers me. I don't actually doesn't bother me because, like I said, those are things against our opponents, and so I'm happy to see that more so than bothered. Those are things that intrigue me. Then, yeah. There you go. Cool. And here I'll hook you up with there we go. And so that's another thing that intrigues me. That's another thing that makes me eager to get to the second round. Of course, the Rockets will be able to get a little bit of rest. That's good, and it's kind of bad because I'm still concerned with the Rockets about their mentality. I mean, are they really in playoff mode? I mean, we've seen that they're able to put up the points. We saw a couple of blowouts on Minnesota, as it should be. And again, a solid team, but they were just happy to be here. Have they rebounded? Is their mentality correct, or are they still, are they still kind of? It's almost like I don't know if it's some regular season carryover, if it's a regular season hangover, or what. You know what I mean? But it still isn't the energy. It still isn't the vibe that I want to see from the Rockets. It's still not. They're not bringing to the table what I feel like they can. I still haven't seen the complete game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, ain't no wrong with the strip club. Yeah, they do need to stay at the strip club, though, all the cool. But I still haven't seen that complete game that I'm looking for. And, yeah, it's good shit on Netflix. Look, you watch all the Black Mirror. I fuck around and caught up on all the Black Mirrors, and now I don't know what to watch next. I got to know Brian had told me to watch that Supernatural. And so I did halfway start watching one of those. Yeah, look, y'all can take a break. I don't know. That's a long time for a couple of months. We trying to be playing in June. You know what I'm saying? We try to shine in June and shit. Just take a break off from the strip clubs for a little bit. You know, your dancers, they gonna still be there. They ain't gonna go out and get no degrees by that time. They ain't gonna graduate from college by that time. They gonna motherfucking me be they'll still be there. So shit, you know what I mean? Just chill. You know, they'll still be waiting on you to pay their cocaine bills and all that other stuff. But anyway, yeah, man, like I said, the Rockets just have to come together. Miss Voodoo C, what's the motherfucking deal? Remember, a couple that sauce together, floss together. I love that. Yeah. Oh, matter of fact, too, since you're already in here, I'm gonna holler at Jay Dizzle too. Voodoo Child. This evening, it's all Gucci, man. I ain't tripping out because it was actually funny because I was thinking about that earlier. I'm like, hey, Voodoo Child in here. Miss Voodoo Child should be in here. So you Gucci. I ain't nobody even tripping on that. That's what you got to do. Crafty. I like that. But what I was gonna say is tonight when we get into the stream tonight, and actually gonna probably get started probably about 6:15. We're gonna probably get, that's fucking hilarious. We're gonna probably get started about I want to say 6, but it's probably gonna be 6:15 at the earliest latestness. And today I'm not gonna be tripping too much on people talk shit. Here's actually kind of how I want to handle. Like, I don't care about people talking shit about other teams. My biggest deal is as far as moderating. Like, if people want to talk shit about Texas, they right. There's gonna be some motherfuckers that aren't fans because, like I say, we talking about the whole draft, so we expect a lot of outsiders to get in. Yeah, I'm gonna let him know he be quick with the trigger finger. So I'm gonna let him know, man. Like I said, I ain't because I'm not offended. Like all of that shit, they can say whatever. I don't get offended. You know what I'm saying? My thing is just about keeping it clean or keeping it acceptable for everybody else. It's just as long as nobody's personally insulting anybody else, as long as nobody is threatening and just saying stupid shit, then it's all Gucci. You know what I'm saying? If they talking shit about teams, they talking shit about players, fuck it, I don't care. Exactly. As long as you're not attacking nobody personally within the stream and stuff like that, then I think we Gucci. I don't think we have to worry too much about it, because there's gonna be people who gonna pop in, they gonna talk some shit, they gonna slide out, but it is what it is. But I expect to see, like I say, with this being draft talk, I expect to see a lot of different people fuck. But I've seen some, as a matter of fact, like I've even got a couple of new Twitter follows from some Miami team, from some Miami sports talk shit and some Boston sports talk shit. I'm like, really? So it's all Gucci. But anyway, talking about the motherfucking Texans and what I think they're gonna be into tonight. Like I say, y'all get a preview of my thoughts and feelings. Man, Man, matter of fact, I just called Jay Dillon through the sauce line and let him know ahead of time. Man, I'm really feeling like somehow, some way, I'm thinking late in the first, but the Texans, I think they're going to put together a package. It's going to be my pre-prediction. I think the Texans are going to put together a package involving McKinney. I don't know why. For the last few weeks, this has been on my mind. I've been saying it. Well, I forgot what stream I said it on originally, but I feel like they're going to make a move and they're going to try to, get rid of McKinney. Because I mean, shit, if you're not talking contract with him, you're gonna lose him at the end of the year anyway. So get some value for him. I could see them packaging him. I don't want to say with a third to move up in the first. That seems like it might be a lot because he's a solid guy. I mean, he excuse me. It doesn't guarantee you can't find something better, but anyway, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, man. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's gonna fucking happen. If you pull away and trade McKinney for a fucking RB, oh yeah. Now that's not the move. That is not the move to make. I think that I see them trying to pull a move for a tackle, and if I feel like if we do move up, it's because a tackle that they liked has dropped some, and they feel like they can make a play for him. I'm looking at the Patriots. I'm looking at the Steelers. I'm looking at this fucking gnat has been bothering me for like 2 days. I'm gonna catch him. I'm gonna kill him. But anyway, so yeah, a guy that you can plug in. That's what I see happening because I feel like they're gonna want to bring in some youth, some guys who can be around while Watson is around. I think that'll be the ideal move. That's just my thought. I don't know why it's been on my mind for the last couple of weeks. That's just what I see happening. I don't know though. I could see because a lot of these teams they're interested in you see a lot of people talking about trading back. New Orleans is talking about trading back. The Texans have even been talking about trading back. What's that? Makes me think of that book, Why Do Mosquitoes Buzz in People's Ears? So like I say, man, I just feel like the Texans, even though we're not on the board right now for any type of first round or second round action, at the very least, I see the Texans slide into the second round. But I just have a feeling. They're going to make a play and try to get the OT. I think the Giants have some. I can't remember old buddy's name. But I think they're talking about they got a guy that they got on the block, interested in some picks. So it could be interesting to see what happens with that if the Texans try to make a move for him. But because I say to me, everything else, I don't want to say has been touched on. They did a little bit in free agency with the offensive line as far as the interior, but you got to set the edges, man. And then with with Jacksonville, how they are on defense, and they solid. Much as I hate saying that shit, they're solid. You're gonna need some guys to protect Watson when we play against Jacksonville. That's gonna be your primary concern. We ain't worried about necessarily the Colts and the Titans. The Titans got a couple of guys that have some talent, but we're not worried about them really just being that dominant on defense. We ain't worried about Butler or none of those guys. But we do need to protect Watson. He shouldn't be out there fearing for his life. I don't want to see any miraculous plays from Watson this year. I want to see the most boring touchdowns you've ever seen because it means he's sitting in the pocket, safe, untouched, not even worried about it, not even close to getting hands put on him. I think I'm not keeping up with my minutes here. And I just think I just want to see what happens. You say I want to see TB12. Yeah, oh man, it's gonna go down. I need to take that Twitch shit off there because I think I fuck with the mixer way tougher than the Twitch because I've been using both of them, but to me the mixer's just way better. I just like it so much more because of the fucking interaction. I damn near want to stream this to the fucking mixer too, because I just know that the fucking the interaction is just so much better on Mixer, man. I mean, the latency is non-existent. It's fucking as real to real time as you're gonna fucking get. So that's always cool to me. Yeah, exactly. Just little step up in the pocket. Maybe sidestep a little bit. I don't want to see him having to use his legs at all. I want to see scratch free. I want his jersey to look as clean as it did when it started the game. But of course that's not going to happen always. It's not always going to be a guarantee. Of course, there's going to be pressure. There's going to be mistakes. There's going to be things like that. But I'm hoping the Texans go after a nice offensive lineman. I'm hoping that maybe they saw something at the Senior Bowl. Maybe there's something that really attracts them that they like. But I just have this strong feeling that the Texans are going to make a play. They're going to move up, but I feel like it's going to be a move to the fucking second. I think the second round more so. I think they're going to kind of let stuff play out, see how it falls in the first, and then try to see what moves they can make in the second. That's where I really see everything kind of ending up. But again, cut that out. But again, we'll have to see. We'll have to see how it all falls in line. Excuse me. I'm fucking about. You see everyone, his old teammates to now second, third, and picks. Poor Walter. Damn, that's fucked up. That's fucked up some shit. Because, ain't Andre doing like the fourth round or something like that? That's that, yeah. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I want him to be able to feel, confident in the throws that he can make. I know that, he felt like he had to do some extra last year. But that's just the type of player that he is. So, I mean, it's just I want him to be healthy. That's all. We can take some risks in the playoffs. I just want to get there. I want to see a full 16-game season of what this man can do. I know a lot of people are concerned that, it was initially just the hype and he just came in and it won't be the same. I have no fears of that. Because, initially when Watson came, I was super skeptical. I was like, I had my qualms about him. Of course, we heard all the same thing. Oh, he doesn't have this strength and that strength. And, you saw the little interceptions. And you saw that Carolina game. Some of those long balls were sailing a little bit. But then it just seems like overnight, this dude's like, oh, that's not how you're supposed to do that. Let me fix this problem. And within a matter of minutes. I mean, that's the thing that fucking, it blows my mind how quickly this guy can adjust to the game. You wasn't one. Man, that's what I'm saying. I knew a lot of people, I thought it was going to be Mahomes, but then I think Mahomes fucked up because he just ran his mouth. Yeah, and I was kind of the same way, too. I wasn't against the pick. I was like, cool, we got a quarterback. Dude won a championship against Bama. Not saying that's going to help him against NFL defenses, but, put some NFL talent around him. He's gonna do something. And I thought, man, week one was a crazy deal overall because I was kind of surprised too. I was just like, what? I'm like, fucking Bill O'Brien, he's doing it again. At that moment, I was like, oh, here we go, Hoyer Mallet all over again. And I'm like, the season is over with because he fucking because I was just like, man, yeah. And I was just like, dog, it's finna happen. And then when he came in and you just saw the difference in the energy, it wasn't great what he did against Jacksonville. I mean, second half, but he was already down. And just the way he came out and played, you just felt a different vibe with that whole team. And then you see him go against Brady in a fashion that, as Texans fans, we could never imagine. Then you see him backdoor with the Seattle game and go against Seattle in a way that, Seattle had never even experienced. Russell Wilson wasn't even playing that great up until that point. Russell Wilson had to dig in and pull his nuts out of his stomach and say, oh, goddamn, this motherfucking rookie is balling. Let me show him I can do a little something too. And it just so happened that I think their defense came through a little bit more so than ours did, and that's what solidified that game. But you saw amazing performances, and when you saw him do it back to back, you're like, hold on, this can't be a fluke, man. This motherfucker might be the real fucking deal. And then you find out ACL injury, and the whole city of Houston cries. I mean, last year was real up and down, man. Oh, but it's going to be back. I feel like we're going to be back, man. I think we're going to be back there with Rack doing this thing. I feel like we're going to be back on target, and we're going to be back on point. I think that game, I want to feel like Brian Gaine is smarter than us. And that's what I want to say. I want to say Brian Gaine is smarter than us. Brian Gaine will in the end prove to be a better GM than Rick Smith in the long run. And the reason why I say that, and I'm saying that strictly off of free agency moves. Because if you go back and you look at the way these pieces are now, if they pan out the way they're supposed to, the thing I liked most about them originally was the value, because those contracts are solid contracts. I don't think he really overpaid too much of anybody, you know, because there's clauses and things like that for the most part to get out of all of those. And then you then go out and pull the Honey Badger move, which solidified it. Like, I wasn't just happy about any of the picks that were made, but I wasn't just super down, but I was just like, what's really going on? But there's so many factors. There was so many factors that you have to account for that, you know, I can't blame him for. I don't know if those, you see, he chilling in the corner, man. I need to make a new crow for the draft. That's what I need to do. I need to think of something real quick and tighten up the crow for the draft. But my thing is this, man. I feel like when it's all said and done, it'll matter. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna be too tough on him. I feel like in this draft situation, I don't want to say he can't lose, because you can lose. You could, you know, trade some things and, you know, give away a bunch of value for a shit pick. But yeah, I felt like he had a plan and he put those pieces together. These are guys that he's, you know, seen personally, and he saw some things in them that he liked, and so we'll get a chance to figure out what exactly is going on. Like I said, I have no complaints. The Honey Badger iced the cake and made it good to me. Like, I thought it was okay what he did, but Honey Badger made it. Yeah, Honey Badger made it. Like, okay, now we got a big name in, and now it's shaking. You're not lying. Because at the same time, too, you got to think about, like, the Ed Reed, what happened with that and all of this stuff. But exactly, the role players and guys, like, that's what the Rockets basically did. I mean, yeah, you bring in one star, you know, Chris Paul, and then you ace you solidify the role players. Because you got too many stars, then shit, you're going to have a problem. You got to deal with a whole galaxy of motherfuckers. You get you some role players, you get you a couple of stars, you know, going to do their thing, and you get you guys who can give you solid time. Yes, Cheryl Green, but he is the king of H-Town right now. He's having he motherfucker be ball. Yeah, that motherfucker don't do shit but get his hair done and watch Netflix. He don't be fucking around. He done been through these H-Town streets. He know what they got to offer. But yeah, so but again, man. So what I'm gonna do here is actually, like I said, usually I want to do at least 30 on the whatchamacallit, but I'm gonna shorten it up just a bit. Couple of minutes short, or by the time I finish talking, we'll be at the 30-minute mark. Like I say, start getting things prepared for the draft properly. You know, so yeah, exactly. I'm gonna go cook right now too, before it gets all said and done. Gonna go, you know, make sure I got something to grub on. Go get a couple of draft snacks. Everything else has been checked, tested, and in line. So I think we're gonna be pretty Gucci. Like I said, I think y'all will like how the draft look comes out. So just we'll see you there shortly. And again, I appreciate y'all for supporting via Patreon, and everybody who comes in later to get to see this after, you know, it's been streamed. Shout out to all y'all too. It's nothing but love for y'all too. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Phoenix gonna he said he's gonna do the face reveal. So y'all, he actually showed it. I did a little pre-test when I was looking on. We were using a different program, and he got on the cam, and so I think y'all are gonna be surprised about that one. I think it's gonna be an interesting deal, man. I think it's gonna be a real interesting deal. So, but with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. Voodoo C, Miss Voodoo C, my favorite sauce couple, and like again, I'll see y'all shortly, man. So y'all be cool like y'all be cool, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side. See y'all during the draft.